You are now tuned in to Vuh Speaks, the podcast where we speak about photography and other topics. So let's get straight into it. Okay. So what is the goddamn deal? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, however you're listening to this. How are you doing today? How's your day going? Talk to me. Let me know how's it going. What you got up, what you doing, all that good stuff, man. I like to read the comments where you know what I'm saying? I like to read comments and, you know what I'm saying, kind of talk to people on a normal basis, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, how y'all doing today, bro? How's your day going? How's your year been? You know what I'm saying? This might be the last podcast of the year. I'm not even sure. I gotta check the calendar, but it is the podcast right before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Hopefully Santa didn't get COVID and he, you know what I'm saying, bringing you some goodies this year or whatever you asked for, he's bringing it to you. I seen a nigga at the mall though, so he clearly don't got COVID. He was there taking pictures with kids and shit, so little white kids and shit. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he was wearing his mask and all that. So hopefully it's all good, you know what I'm saying? It should be straight. Santa should be on his way, and you know what I'm saying? He got one job, literally one job every single year, just one job, and he only has to do it once. So hopefully he gets it done. Yeah, man, like I say in every single podcast, at the beginning of every single podcast, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in to the last podcast and giving your feedback on the last podcast and, you know, just showing love and all that. We are sipping big coffee, big iced coffee today on the podcast because it's kind of early. 1 second. I know that sounded terrible, but we're sipping big coffee, iced coffee. I don't like hot coffee. Hot coffee just feels very institutional to me. It just feels like work. I don't like hot coffee. Like cold coffee, iced coffee seems more fun, seems more hipsterish and millennial and just like not so serious, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really sip hot coffee like that. Hot coffee, and it's just not good to me. And I don't like hot stuff, like hot drinks and shit. So I don't really fuck with hot coffee. But I fuck with some iced coffee. I'm not gonna lie to you. Iced coffee be hitting different. Anyway, oh well, speaking of this iced coffee, I'm gonna tell you a little story right before I get into the podcast. If you don't want to hear this story, you're more than welcome to fast forward through it, or you know what I'm saying, turn it off, whatever it is. But anyway, yesterday I ordered 100 plastic cups off of Amazon. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I fucked up. I shouldn't have did that. I do care about the environment and I do care about the turtles and, you know, all that other stuff like that. I'm always pissed. Absolutely pissed. Literally pissed. Never seen her so mad about, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see the big deal. I was just trying to be like Starbucks. If I was gonna drink iced coffee, because I just got an iced coffee maker. So if I was going to drink iced coffee, I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, have the feel, like the on-the-go feel and shit like that. But, I mean, I wasn't really thinking. A lot of times I do stuff off impulse, and a lot of times I do things without thinking about, like, really thinking about it. Like, small stuff, though, like buying 100 cups, plastic cups off Amazon. But sometimes I just do shit, and I don't really think about it until the time is here, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have did that. So now I got 100 plastic cups, and we don't have a recycling like center near, like anywhere near where I live. So I'm gonna have to go somewhere for if I use the cups. Last night I was like, I'm just not gonna use them. Like I bought them for no reason. Now they're just gonna sit in my house and collect dust. Like I'm just not gonna use them because damn, I fucked up. But now I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, if I do use them, find a way to recycle them somewhere outside the city. So all is well. It's not too bad. I do care about the environment. Global warming is a real thing. Shit being tossed in the ocean is a real thing and all that other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I do want to, you know what I'm saying, advise people to make smarter decisions. Don't be like me and figure it out when it's like, you know, too late. And now you got 100 plastic cups sitting in your kitchen and you got no room essentially for them. So you had to make room, and making room means you had to move things to where you didn't want to move them. It's a whole thing, bro. So don't do what I did. Anyway, why we are here today, the podcast, talk about photography talk. I know y'all like the photography talk videos, but sometimes I just like talking like I just did. I just like talking. But today in this episode, we are going to be talking about people. We're going to be talking about people paying photographers with exposure. Now, if you read the title of this podcast, or if you're listening to that, what I just said, that shit probably just made you hot and itchy and just mad. Like, my armpits itch just thinking about, like, motherfuckers saying I'll pay you with exposure and shit like that. Because as an artist, as a creative, being paid for your work is very important. Especially a lot of us artists want to, like, we want to make our jobs, we want to make our dreams our jobs, we want to make our passions our jobs and stuff like that. And it's just you hold on to your work. Like, there's a lot of sentimental value you connect to your work, and you just you like your work. I'm trying to explain it. Like, you love your work, right? And you put value on your work. So somebody saying that they will essentially give you nothing for that is kind of, disrespectful, and in a way just like annoying and stuff like that. But if you're a creative, you've been offered exposure for your work. Everybody has been offered exposure for their work. I don't care how big you are, how small. Everybody has been offered exposure for doing work for somebody. I remember I got an email from, I forgot the name of it. It was a big company too, which is crazy. It was like a big brand company or whatever. They sent me this email and they're like, yeah, we need you to do this. They actually wanted me to fly out somewhere too. Wasn't going to pay for the flight. I don't even think I needed to add that. Like, they 100% wasn't paying. But they were trying to get me to fly out to like New York, shoot all this shit, and then like give them the photos like the next day. Like, not even like literally the next day. Like, I go back home, and they need them bitches by the time they wake up. And these motherfuckers was like, it'd be a great look. I was like, bro, what? First of all, I don't care how great of a look is for anything. But before I go any further with that, there are people out there who will do work for free. I still do work for free, but that's a different story. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Not everything needs to be, a paid opportunity in a sense, in my opinion. Like, if I love photography, so like I like doing photography, and if it makes sense for me, I'll do it for no money, because it is what it is. I like photography, and even if it's not for exposure, like, I like photography. So a lot of the shoots that I do nowadays, like, I do them for free. Like, a lot of people, like, they'll put up and there's nothing wrong with people, trying to get paid for their photography or things that, that make them, like, they're trying to make their living off of. Like, some of this is some people's livelihoods. It's my livelihood for sure. But a lot of them, everybody goes about things differently and in their own way. But I don't post like the now booking for, the month of December type of things and stuff like that. Definitely understandable that some people live in places where, it's hard to find work, and like, working with people and, getting these bookings are like a way of, starting their photography business and, making clients, and, people have their own way about doing business and stuff like that. I personally, I don't necessarily, like, if I shoot with people, everybody that I shoot with, mostly I ask them. And if anybody asks me to shoot, I definitely don't even like think about charging them. Like, regular people, like just regular people that, aren't companies. Like, if Nike came to me and was like, let's shoot, then clearly I'm going to be like, nigga, where the money at? Like, where the bag at, my nigga? Drop it off. But if, Cindy, actually, let me use black girl name. If Kendall wanted to shoot and, she's just a normal person, or if Johnny wanted to shoot and he's just a normal person, he, got like 2,000 followers on Instagram, something like that, I'm not going to be like, nigga, where the money at or how much you got. Because most of the time, a lot of the time, more often than not, me shooting with somebody is helping me out a lot. Whether, you know what I'm saying? And photographers shooting with models or people or whatever it is, if somebody hits you up to shoot and they have a cool look, or, you know what I'm saying, they have something to offer, they got jewelry, something cool to make your photos look dope or anything like that, that's helping you out a lot. That's definitely helping you out more than you think it is. A lot of the people that I've shot with, I've gotten good photos of these people because they're good people. Like, they're good people to take pictures of, and that leads to me taking good pictures of them, and leads to other people, brands, and other stuff like that seeing that I can take pictures of people and make them look cool and shit like that, blah, 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 blah. It's like a whole cycle of things that happen all from taking pictures of one person, right? So it's helping me out quite a bit if somebody hits me up and they're like, let's shoot, or if I hit somebody up and I'm like, let's shoot, and we shoot. It helps me out. I think it helps out every single creative more than they would like to admit. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, afraid to admit that, or in a position where I feel like I'm doing more than that person has done for me. Like, I do more for somebody than they can do for me. Just regular people too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are regular people like you and me. I guess I wouldn't say I feel bad charging them to like shoot or whatever, but to me it was never like that serious for me, because like once you add money, like I said, a lot of people I shoot with are my friends, and like once you add money to like situations like that, it's just like, it's like weird. It's not like really a friendship. It's more like clients, and I hate the word client, bro. Like, I really don't like the word client, because it just makes it seem like these people are not like they're just like money. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people they're not real. They're just like my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, client to me feels like my money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the word client and shit like that. Like, the lady who did my hair, she would call me her client. I'm like, bro, don't call me your client. Like, we are much more than like clients now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm much more than your client now. You know what I'm saying? Like, at first, sure, whatever, I guess. Like, that's an easy way to distinguish, and you know what I'm saying? But but now we like talk. I go to her house to get my hair done. We've talked about, you know, like, she knows me, I know her, and stuff like that. Like, we're friends, bro. Don't call me a client. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way. Like if I had the list of a bunch of brands that I worked with on my website, I put it up under clients, because that's just easier for, you know, clients. But regular people, bro, I try not to call regular people clients. Brands can be clients, because I don't care. Nike's a client, Adidas client. Like, we not friends. They don't know me for real. They don't really care about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people on the team do, and like there's people there that do, but like them as a brand, they don't really care. Like, the brand, nah, not at all. But anyway, people, I try not to, you know what I'm saying, charge. Like, I haven't charged like a regular person for photos in years. And I'm fortunate enough to say that. Some people, like, that's how they make their living, and that's how, you know what I'm saying, that's their livelihood. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's just like, because even today, like I said, I do photos for free. Like, I take photos of people, of things, of, you know what I'm saying? I do stuff for free, because I think it depends on like where you are in your photography career. I think at first, like, we all like want to get paid like for everything that we do, and like that's probably like that's a normal feeling to have, and that's normal to like, you know, want like to be paid for the work that you do. And I think at first a lot of us, we kind of oh shit, that noise is crazy. But a lot of us at first, we kind of bite off more than we can chew. Now, I'm nowhere in any position to tell people what their work is worth, but when we first start off, we want I think just like, bro, I'm in almost every episode, I always have to talk about how social media has just like really plagued like everyone's brain and thinking and stuff like that. But when you see other people on social media doing things for this amount and, you know what I'm saying, charging people for this and charging this and getting that, like, even if you're just starting off, seeing people do that, you're like, well, I deserve that too. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that like some of these people have put in the work. I've been photographing for 7 years, bro. And I didn't start really making money from photography till like last year, for real. Like, not even last year, like earlier this year, like this time last year. So early 2020, you know what I'm saying? And, or like late 2019. But bro, it took like a long time. And I couldn't imagine like when I was first starting out that like I would, you know, charge some of these people certain amounts of money, you know what I'm saying? Because even if I feel like my work, I mean, to be honest, I can feel like my work is worth $1 million, and that's cool. I could put whatever worth, you could put whatever worth you want on your work because it's your work, and you got to put in, you know what I'm saying? You can calculate the time you've spent doing stuff and all your equipment and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can calculate all that into like the prices you tell people for however much you want to charge people. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's always going to be somebody out there that will do it for less and or exposure or nothing. Because when people are first starting off, they're like, I need to do these things so I can start. You know what I'm saying? I need to get my name out there so I can have like a resume and proof that I'm a photographer so I can start charging people this amount of money for certain things. But I think the way, not Instagram, I think the way social media is going, that you don't necessarily need to work with any brands to show people you're a good photographer or have a following or anything like that. I think the work just speaks for itself. And if somebody wants to work with you, they'll work with you. Now, people working for exposure, brands asking for exposure, I think it depends on the brand though, because there's small brands out there, in my experience, who have been able to pay me a lot more money than bigger brands have offered me. And it just doesn't make sense to me all the time. I think smaller brands and like smaller type of companies understand this shit a little bit more than bigger brands. Bigger brands like Nike, I just keep saying Nike because they're easy to, you know what I'm saying, not pick on, but just like everybody know what Nike is. Everybody know what Nike is worth and what they have or whatever. Anyway, it's easier for Nike to kind of be stingy because Nike's Nike and anybody would want to say they worked with Nike, right? So if Nike hit me up and they're like, we need you to shoot this thing and it's going to be 3 days and this and that. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll charge y'all $12,000. They got $12,000. Nike giving someone $12,000 is literally like nothing, but they are a company and they're all about money. So they're like, nigga, we Nike. Think we got to give you $12,000 when we can get this nigga $1,000 and he'll do everything you about to do? And it's like, all right, well, go ask that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people get discouraged too, because when people reach out to you and they're like, we want to work, how much do you charge? Depending on who it is, if you really want to work with them, you try not to price it too high, because you like, I don't want them to be like, nah, that's too much. Like, who this nigga think he is? And then like not respond or just be like, yeah, all right, we'll get back to you. And they never do. Because that's happened, right? That's happened to everybody. Somebody hit you up and ask you how much you charge for something. You tell them and then you never hear from them niggas again. But you try not to price yourself too high because you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, scare off the clients. I remember when I was about to do something for Adidas and they was like, how much you charge, like day rate? And I was like, $2,500. This was a couple years ago. And I was like, $2,500. And luckily the person I was talking to from Adidas was a very, you know what I'm saying, they were creative too. And they they like called me. Like after I sent that, they called me. I'm like, okay. So I picked up and they're like, nah, bro, you can't be charging 2,500 for a day rate. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, that's like, I was thinking like, that's too much. Like it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like every time somebody asks that, I'm like, because bro, money's a weird thing. But anyway, he was like, nah, bro, you definitely need to be charging a lot more than that. We'll give you 4,000 for the day. And I'm like, okay. But he was like, in the future though, if anybody asks you like for a day rate, like you're a good photographer, you're this, you're that, like people are hitting you up because they want your services. They want to say that you shot it. They want, you know what I'm saying? They want you. So you need to charge them for that. And I was like, okay. So ever since then, I was just telling people 4,000. What's your day rate? 4,000. And you'll be surprised how like when you're confident in telling people how much you charge, like either people are going to be like, okay, or they're going to just be like, nah, or they're going to ghost you or whatever it is. And you get comfortable with that and you're like, okay with that because at least you're not selling yourself short. And I'm glad like those couple years ago, he told me that because I've been able to, you know what I'm saying, provide and do things for myself based off just like having the courage and just understanding that like these people want you. And that goes back into like people asking you to shoot or do things for exposure. It never makes sense for people to hit you up and be like, well, we can't offer you anything, but we can give you exposure, especially people that need you more than you need them. It's like you hit me up because you want to say I shot these things. You want me to post it. You want me to do all this stuff, but you're not offering anything but exposure. And not to sound like a dickhead, because exposure isn't always bad. Sometimes exposure could be worth more than money in the long run. But I think for photographers and creatives, we more so think about right now. Like I need money now. Like nigga, I got bills to pay. I got car payment. I got, you know what I'm saying, rent, things. Some people got kids. Some people have parents that they take care of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have time to wait for the exposure to kick in, like the exposure money to kick in. There's a such thing. If you shoot something for a big brand and they don't pay you anything, but they post you all over their Instagrams, Twitter, whatever they post you on, clearly other people who follow these brands, other brands that follow these brands are going to be like, that's a good photographer. We should hit them up. But a lot of the time, doing things for free or essentially nothing kind of fucks the game up a little bit for some people. Because like I said, if Nike hit me up and I charge them $12K, they know that there's a nigga out there that's going to do it for $1K because niggas have done it for $1K before. The same job with the same, you know what I'm saying? And not all the time do people care about the quality or who's doing it or what's behind it. They just care about getting that shit done. They just need a photographer. They don't really care about any of the extra stuff. They just need somebody. They'll get Hobo John off the street, give him a camera if he could do it for some cheeseburgers and shit. If that's what it came down to. You know what I'm saying? So not all the time is it, I think it is more so up to like where you are in your photography journey and career, or how you feel. Because a lot of the time, bro, if it makes sense for me and I'm happy with it, I'll do something for free. Even today, like I got bills to pay, I got rent to pay. I try not to get money too involved into like what I do. Like this photography, yeah, I love photography and like it's how I, like, you know what I'm saying, make a living. It's how I live. So like it has to mean a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It has to mean something to me a little bit at least, right? But man, when you do things solely for money, it just like kind of takes away. Like that's why I never wanted to like get like a job doing photography. Like I never wanted to work somewhere and like I'm the photographer at the place that I work, because that kind of takes away the feeling of like why I actually love photography. I know a few people who work in jobs where they do the photography for companies and shit like that, and they can't stand it. They would rather do freelance because at least they can do whatever they want. Because even if you do photography, that's your dream. You love photography. I love photography. I would love to do photography every single day for the rest of my life. But when you have to do photography every single day for the rest of your life for somebody else, and essentially they dictate like what you take pictures of, like it's just like it just doesn't feel like you don't. It's not fun no more. It's not like doing certain jobs. Yeah, like you get to choose what jobs you want to do. If you don't want to take senior pictures, you ain't got to. If you do freelance, that's what I'm saying. But if you don't want to do a job for this because that's not what you're into, you don't have to. If you work for, let's say, I don't know, a boutique store and you got to take pictures of like, I guess like shoes every day or something like that, you're going to be like, bro, like I'm tired of taking pictures of shoes. I do this every single day. Like I love photography, but I take pictures of shoes every single day. The same way I don't even get to get creative with it. You know what I'm saying? It's different if they let you get creative with it, take the shoes out, put them on people, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's different. But if you're just taking pictures of shoes against a white background or in the store every day, like you're going to be like, bro, because I worked for a company and like, bro, they was having me shoot clothes like every week. And it just got like when I was first doing it, I was like, yeah, like hell yeah. Like I can, you know, I'm getting paid to do photography, like through a company. But after like a month, bro, I was very over it. Like I didn't want to do it no more. Like it always felt like work. Like when I shoot, I never wanted to feel like I'm working. And that's what it started to feel like. So I was over it. And I didn't want to do it no more. So I quit. I think it really just depends. Like I said, I don't try to involve money too much into like just my normal type of photography and just like solely job related stuff. Like the lookbook I just did in Atlanta with Lil Nar and the brand Unwanted. Like clearly like I'm gonna have to get paid for that because like, you know what I'm saying? If it's gonna make other people, you know, money, then yeah, you should get paid from that. You shouldn't. It's just weird making other people money and getting paid nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it all depends on if you care that much or if you just want the exposure that's gonna come from it, which could be, you know what I'm saying, be worth more than money to some people. But for me, I just, like I said, I try to focus my photography that I do solely based off the passion and love for photography. And anything else that's like, you know what I'm saying, making other people money or anything like that, then yeah, like clearly, like I shoot music videos too. Like I used to shoot music videos. I don't shoot music videos no more, but when I used to shoot music videos, like the only people I would ever do a music video for is like somebody that like I really cared about, really loved, and just, you know what I'm saying, wanted that for them. Not necessarily, I wouldn't, but if like somebody came to me and they like wanted a video, I don't even know these people or anything like that, then that's different. It's a little bit different. And I don't know, man. I had to stop shooting music videos. Shooting music videos got weird. Like working with rappers got weird. Like it's just a lot of it is weird to me. And you know what I'm saying? I'm at the point in my career and photography career where like I just want to focus on what I'm doing and myself. I can't be you can't make everybody happy if like if you're not, I'm happy. If you're not happy, you can't make everybody else happy, because you can be doing all this work for everybody, putting out all this, fire content and dope content for everybody else, and then go home and be miserable because you don't do anything for yourself. You don't work for yourself. Like you don't take pictures for yourself no more. because once you start working, like once I was working and like doing photography for like the clothes and stuff like that, every single time I shot, like I didn't, it made me not want to shoot because like having a camera felt like work to me in a sense. So every time I would go out, I just shoot that stuff. Then I go home, put my camera up, and I wouldn't shoot anything else. It would just be that stuff. And that shit just wasn't, it wasn't fulfilling at all. So on one side, everybody's getting something they want. So the brand or whatever client, they're getting everything they want. They're getting these photos that they want. You know what I'm saying? Pushing the brand, pushing their, you know what I'm saying, company. And on the other hand, you're shooting all this stuff for them and you don't even want to. Like, you're not even happy with the things you're shooting. You rather be shooting something else, whatever you want, the ideas you have, the concepts you have, but you don't even feel like shooting that shit because you're too busy, you know what I'm saying, shooting these things. But you got to shoot these things because it's what's paying the bills and it's, you know what I'm saying. That's when I realized like I kind of wanted to take like the money aspect out of like my work and just more so focus on the work instead of money, I guess. So not every single time do people approach me, especially normal people. I don't charge normal people anything. Brands, yes. Companies, yes. But still, it depends on what it's for and who it's for. And I do think there's a thin line where people could abuse you. Not abuse you, that sounds weird, but like abuse like your work or like, you know what I'm saying, your kindness and stuff like that. Because if you're gonna be doing things for people and, you know what I'm saying, kind of helping people out or anything like that, then it depends on, like I said, man, it depends. I'm a lot different from, you know, the next photographer. The next photographer is a lot different from that next photographer. Everybody has their own way of going about things, thinking about things, and, you know what I'm saying, pursuing their dreams. If you want to charge every single person that you take pictures of a certain amount of dollars, do that. You're more than welcome to, because, you know what I'm saying, your art is your art. You can charge whatever you want for it and whoever you want for it. I don't care. I say charge niggas because fuck it. Niggas be taking advantage. So if that's what it is, then charge motherfuckers. It is what it is. If you don't want to charge people, then don't charge them. It's up to you. But sometimes I think, I just think that it kind of fucks the game up a little bit when people, like I said, man, charging regular people is kind of for me. Kind of feel uncomfortable doing it, and there's a greater purpose to photography. Whatever, that's my opinion, but it kind of fucks the game up if people are doing shit for free and just like less money. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if I ask for this certain amount, they're gonna be like, this nigga did it for this much, and it's like, damn that nigga, man, why you do it for that much? Now they think this is what it's worth. Now they think the job can be like, you know what I'm saying? But I also don't think companies understand that, like, who you're reaching out to. Like come on, bro, you gotta be conscious of that. Like, I don't think brands understand that. I don't think certain people understand that. Like, if I was to hit up Drake for, if I was an artist and I was to hit up Drake for a verse on something or a hook on something or anything like that, you know what Drake offers. You know what Drake is bringing to the table. You know what Drake is going to do for you. You know the type of things Drake, you know what I'm saying, is coming with. I'm not going to expect to pay him the same amount of money I'm paying, like, I don't know, bro. I can't even think of somebody else. let me go through like who I listen to on you know what I'm saying? Let me see real quick. You're not gonna. Oh, okay, cool. Because these are two good artists, but like they bring different things. They both definitely worth different amounts of money. But anyway, I'm not gonna ask Drake to do the same thing I asked Trippie Redd to do. I mean, for the same amount of money I asked Trippie Redd to do it for. I might have paid Trippie Redd $20,000, $25,000, whatever, however much Trippie Redd gets for a verse or anything like that. I'm pretty sure Drake is like 10 times more, is what I'm saying. So brands need to understand that, yeah, you might have got this from a nigga who just started photography a month ago. Yeah, he might have did this for $600, and it was pretty good. Wasn't bad at all. Looked great. But now, nigga, you can't go asking niggas who have been doing photography for 20 years or even like 2 years more than that person and expect them to, you know, do it for the same amount. Because not to say that this person is better than the next person or anything like that, but they have more experience. If this person can do more for your brand than kind of that person can, then like you gotta, you know what I'm saying, pay for that. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into like their craft. So, you know what I'm saying, that goes into like how people price themselves. A lot of people, you know, over the years have learned things, over the years has gained like certain things, bro. Like you can't be asking the same people for, like, we're not gonna ask Apple to sell us phones for fucking Nextel prices. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna ask, and I never want to say like certain photographers are better than other photographers because of they've been doing it for this long, they did this, they did that. But a lot of that goes into, if we're being real, bro, like I don't like to be fake or like beat around the bush on this podcast. So not to say photographers are better than other photographers, but all of that shit makes a difference. All of that shit means something. It should, at least, to the people who have been doing it for, because I don't care. I personally don't care if you've been doing photography for 3 months or if you've been doing it for 3 years. If you're a good photographer, you're a good photographer. If you're not a good photographer, you're not a good photographer. But a lot of people price themselves based off how long they've been doing it, based off the equipment, based off the knowledge they've gained, based off the people they've worked with over the time, based off this and that. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more that goes into it. A lot of people think that like, oh, all you got to do is just press a button and, you know what I'm saying, pictures are taken and it's over with. But there's so much more that goes into how people price themselves and where people work, like where people value their work. The way people value their work has a lot more to do with than just like pressing a button or the camera you have or anything like that. Because if that's the case, everybody would charge the same amount for everything, regardless of when they started, regardless of what they shoot, regardless of everything, regardless of the followers they have, regardless of the brands they worked with, regardless of all this other stuff. Not to even say that you need followers or to have worked with other brands to, you know what I'm saying, work with certain brands, because how are you supposed to work with certain brands if brands never, you know what I'm saying, work with you? It's just, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's tricky, and it goes into however that person feels and however the creator feels, like whatever the creator feels like charging somebody. If they feel like exposure is enough for them, then I guess exposure is enough for them. If they feel like this amount of money is enough for them, that's enough for them. Then it is what it is. You just got to understand and I guess realize who you're working with and for and what it's for, and just how do you value yourself and how do you value what you're about to do. I guess, like, I don't know. I don't really know what more to say about it. I guess, I don't know. But like, again, like I said, companies got to come right and they got to come correct with who they talking to. Like, I'm not going to expect to get a Dyson vacuum for the same price I got this Shark vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro. It's just normal. It's literally normal for literally every type of competitive type of, I guess, field of anything. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if we're not going to expect to get a Hasselblad for the same price we got our Sony camera, or you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna expect to get like it's just you know what I'm saying, bro? It's different. It's very different. And if you are that nigga or that bitch, and you feel like you that nigga or you that bitch, maybe I should say something different. Not that nigga and that bitch. No, I don't want to call no girl no bitch because that's disrespectful. I don't call girls that. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes girls are like, I'm that bitch. Yeah, I'm that bitch. Like, if I was a girl, I'd be like, yeah, I'm that bitch, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? But if you feel like you that woman, or if you feel like you that man, and brands need to come correct when they talking to you, then so be it. Tell them, come correct when you talking to me. You know who you talking to? If you're a little bit more timid, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to say all that. I don't know, man. You just gotta, I just think everybody has to take the time out for themselves and just realize, because to be honest, I wouldn't have known how to price myself if it wasn't for that phone call with the dude from Adidas. And secondly, I also wouldn't have known that, like, I wanted to take the money aspect out of my regular work if I never worked for that company where I shot clothes. Because it's just, at some point, like, certain things just don't mean that much. Like, they mean something, but like money means something clearly. Like, money is the root of all evil. Without money, bro, this fucking world would collapse and fall over it. But I mean, it just depends on where you are, what you want, and what your worth is to you. Not to anybody else, but to you. Because that's the only thing that matters, is how you value yourself. Because people can put value on your work for you. I had a nigga one time tell me he wanted to buy a print for me. Bro, oh my God. He wanted to buy a print for me. And he hit me up like, hey, bro, I want this as a print. And I knew this. The worst part about it is I knew this nigga personally. Hung out with him on multiple occasions. We weren't like best friends or nothing like that. Or like, I guess even friends. More like acquaintances. Like when I used to skate, we used to. Anyway, bro. That story's not important. Anyway, this nigga hit me up. He was like, hey, bro, I want to buy this print. How much you charge? Told him, for that size, $200. Nigga wrote me back, messaged me back, and was like, wow. Like, that's, he basically said, wow, like, that's overdoing it. I can just go to Walgreens and print it out myself. And I was like, what? Huh? I didn't even respond to bro either. I just blocked him. I was like, bro, you weird. Go to Walgreens and print it out then, bro. Why even ask me how much I charge if you're gonna do that anyway? Like, some people put their own worth of you. Like, people has their own worth of what you're worth. I'm fucking up my words, and I'm getting tongue tied. People have their feelings about what you should be worth, and you know what I'm saying? Bro didn't feel like my work was worth $200 printed out at a real, you know what I'm saying, printing place. He thought, shit, I can save this shit to my phone and just go to Walgreens myself and print it out and pay you nothing. That's how much that nigga thought I was worth. And then there's the other side of it, where people think you're worth a lot more than you think you're worth. So like I said, people will have their own, you know what I'm saying, place their own value on your work and who you are and your artist capabilities. And then there's you, which is the factor that matters in all of this. What do you think you're worth? What do you think your work is worth? Your time, your value, your exposure, what you're doing. Bro, I really just remembered that nigga said that to me. I really can't believe that, bro. if you got a crazy story about how somebody, if you're listening to this on YouTube, bro, you got a crazy story about some shit like that, like the Prince story, bro, tell me. Because, bro, people be wilding when it comes to like photography work or anything like that. Like, they really just say anything to you. That's crazy, bro. It's really don't make no sense. But, bro, that's the world we live in, where people don't like really value photography. Everybody wants photography done. Everybody wants photography. Everybody wants to be a photographer, but people don't value photography at all, or photographers, bro. They think it's easy. They think, you know what I'm saying, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody could be a photographer. Nobody actually, like, the people who do value photography, thank you. Everybody think this shit easy. Everybody think it's like, you know what I'm saying? Just, if it's so easy, why don't you do it then? Why are you asking me? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro don't even realize how disrespectful that was, though. Like, nigga, this is my photo I took, and you're talking about printing it out yourself. Crazy. After I told you, it'd be different if he just printed out himself, didn't tell nobody, like, just did it. I'm pretty sure people have done that before. It is what it is. But the nigga asked me. Nigga said, hey, how much is this? Then said, nah, you tripping. Do it myself. To me, the nigga who took the picture. Like, bro, what? Dog. Niggas be out they fucking mind, bro. Crazy. Can't believe I just remembered that shit. But yeah, like I said, bro, I also, when I first started photography, bro, like my first, like, year into photography, I took senior pictures. Bro, this is why I will never take senior pictures ever again either, bro. I took senior pictures for like $150. $150, bro. And this girl, she had like a face full of acne, and she was, I don't know, bro. It was, bro. Anyway, I took, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like maybe 70 pictures of this girl, right? Which is way too many for $150, right? That's way too many for $1,000. Bro, 70 to 80 pictures is a lot of pictures. Anyway, and since she had all this acne, bro, I had to smooth and blemish remove every single picture. And she had the audacity to really complain about some shit. I don't remember what she complained about. But she really complained. Bro, people are ungrateful. People are ungrateful, selfish, and just, I don't know. But the more you do photography, however far you are in your journey, the more you have already realized that these niggas out their damn mind. That's why I don't even be dealing with people, like, because people just be out their mind, bro. People be wanting too much for nothing. And I ain't with that. Anyway, to wrap up this conversation, should you get paid with exposure? Only if you feel like the exposure is worth getting not a single dollar of your work for. Then that's up to you, and I can't say nothing about that. Nobody can say nothing about that. I think it's disrespectful when people, you know what I'm saying, ask photographers or any creative to do anything for free, because they would never want to be asked to do anything for free. If you got a business and somebody walked in, say you sold donuts, and you asked the photographer, like, hey, can you come take pictures of our donuts? We don't got no money, but we can give you exposure. Now, what if I walked into your restaurant, my nigga, and I was like, hey, I'm a photographer. Let me get some of these donuts. I can't really pay you nothing right now, though, but I could get you some exposure. You gonna be like, bro, get the fuck out of my store. I'm giving you no donuts, nigga. Fuck out of here. So anyway, I just think it's disrespectful, and it is what it is. Like I said, I take pictures for free, but it's on my own type of time and the things that I want to do. If companies come to you and ask you to shoot for free, tell them to go kick rocks with no shoes on. And yeah, tell them to have a good day. But anyway, man, that's probably going to wrap up this podcast. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening. And you know what I'm saying? Sticking around, listening to me ramble about a lot of stuff. Thank y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Let's get it.